What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Um, Appreciate y'all for showing support. So for the support, I'm doing a giveaway next month. I'm doing a giveaway of PlayStation codes. It's some bullshit. Y'all ain't even really say what y'all wanted. To be honest, I shouldn't even be doing videos right now because I feel they kind of weather shit. But I'm gonna keep it going. I'm saying the grind don't stop. And the trick to me giving away the codes is um like how can I say, I don't really want to procrastinate and hold y'all up, is watching the video. I may put it in random parts of the video. So that's how y'all gonna get the code. I'm gonna put it in like random parts of the video next month, or next month, or next month. I'm gonna try to just do it for like half of the month. Try to do it for like half of the month. Um, that's a thanks to y'all. So just keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button. Follow my social media links in the description. But with that being said, the video we have here today is 50 Cent versus Jimmy Henchman. Um, I don't even know who Jimmy Henchman is. I definitely heard 50 Cent mention him. I think it was in a Breakfast Club interview or something like that. Something. But without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. I don't really like to talk too much.
Right.
Who wanted to be like Chris Lighty? Jimmy Henchman.
Yeah.
What did
that.
Jimmy Henchman do?
You said
Move
that.
on the same block as Chris Lighty? Who did Chris Lighty have? LL, Diddy, Free, 50, Buster. He ran the tunnel at 18. Who did Henchman want to be? Chris Lighty. Who was we down with? Chris Lighty. Beef is inherited. Stop playing.
50 Cent the rapper, he'll be known as 50 Cent the rapper, and 50 Cent the street legend will be known as 50 Cent the street legend. There's no comparison. To me, that's a great honor to know that I knew that person who influenced that. I'm not living the fantasy of the music business.
Well, don't give me no pass, man. I don't deserve passes. I'm a f***ed up. Okay? You should do something to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mixed messages.
Yeah, I said this the last video. 50 Cent do not take shit serious. Like I don't know what it is about him, but he do not take shit serious, bro. It's funny at the same time, but it's scary because it's like you inviting trouble to yourself. But I guess he know how to deal with it, so that's him.
You know? But now that I got your address, if we go there, we'll be on your doorstep.
50 Cent versus Jimmy Henchman.
50 Cent and Jimmy Henchman have a beef that runs deep. So deep that one of 50 Cent's friends got his life taken over this beef, and 50 Cent himself was nearly killed. James Roseman, otherwise known as Jimmy Henchman, was a notoriously known gangster in the city of New York. He had heavy links with 50 Cent's mentor growing up, Kenneth Supreme McGriff. But at first, 50 really didn't have any issues with Jimmy at the time. After 50 Cent blew up in 2003 with his Get Rich or Die Trying record, Dr. Dre signed a rapper by the name of The Game. Eventually, Dre asked 50 if Game could be in G-Unit, seeing as they had New York on lock, they had Young Buck with the South, so 50 figured if he added Game into G-Unit, they would have a new West Coast artist. The deal was inked and The Game officially became a member of G-Unit, but The Game's manager at the time was Jimmy Henchman. Jimmy had jealousy and resentment towards 50, especially after 50 blew up. In the months leading to The Game's debut album, The Documentary, 50 believes that Jimmy Henchman was actually getting in The Game's ear, telling him if he beefs with 50 Cent, he could become bigger than 50. Henchman stated in an interview that the whole plan was for The Game to surpass 50 Cent and be bigger than him. One of the other
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense where that 50 Cent beef and Game beef came from. It makes sense.
The reasons that Jimmy disliked 50 was that 50 Cent was close friends with music executive Chris Lighty. According to Tony Yayo in an interview with DJ Vlad, Jimmy was also heavily jealous towards Chris Lighty, and 50 Cent being Lighty's friend was another reason Jimmy disliked 50 Cent. The Game and 50 beef officially started in February 2005. The Game would eventually start the GU Not campaign at Summer Jam 2005.
Boy, I ain't no motherfucking punk, and I ain't nobody's soldier, and I don't follow suit like J.O. and space. I'm a real, and that's why they kicked me out the group, and I still don't give a fuck. You can be mad at me, man. I'm a real, and I'm always gonna be the real. Documentary in stores, 4 times platinum worldwide. heard me do it. So make some motherfucking noise, man. Don't hate me. I ain't the motherfucking bad guy, man. And it's still 50. Now play my shit. Man. Listen. 50 Cent can suck my. Roy Gates can suck my. Tony Yayo can suck my. Street Unit can suck my. Olivia can suck my. Young Buck can suck my. Young Crew can suck my. You a hater, you suck my.
Yeah. That's shots? Oh.
50 Cent barely
that
responded
was
to the game,
shots.
but on October 1st, 2005, the G-Unit Radio 14 Back to Business mixtape was released, and on the song Emotional, 50 Cent airs his feelings about the whole G-Unit campaign. He also commented on the game's new appearance, saying that Jimmy Henchman was basically telling the game to do all of this.
Hey man, that nigga Jimmy, man. See, that's why I don't like them old school niggas, man. Now you know.
Copyright. I already know how they play. Sorry. I really ain't want to do that, but they did copyrighted the last two videos with 50 Cent and Pre.
50 Cent, G-Unit, and Jimmy Henchman was officially started after this. Jimmy kept telling Game to go after 50 Cent, so that's exactly what the Game did. He released multiple mixtapes and diss tracks dissing 50 throughout the remainder of 2005 and 2006. In 2006, 50 Cent would finally respond to the Game with the song I'm Not Rich, I'm Still Lying. On this song, 50 takes shots at the Game, but he also takes shots at Jimmy Henchman.
Oh man, I hope it does well. You trying to be funny, D-Mac cut all my money, and Jimmy robbing me.
July 5th, 2006, the G-Unit Radio 21 Hated or Loved It mixtape was released. And this mixtape was dedicated to dissing the Game. As you see on the cover, 50 Cent had Game's head photoshopped on a male stripper, basically spreading rumors that before rapping, the Game was a male stripper.
Put your cheeks together for my Hurricane Games.
Yeah, I woke up from the coma 2001. Yeah.
Why they made him sound like Rick Ross?
I'm on top.
Oh, Ross.
It's my summer. Go ahead, say something. I want you to say something, so I can smack the black off you, nigga. I spit in your face.
50 Cent was on timing.
After that, the beef was ignited once again with the multiple diss tracks from both 50 Cent and the Game. In 2007, something would turn this beef into a life or death war. In March 2007, Jimmy Henchman's son was heading into the building where his father's office was. Tony Yayo and associate Lodi Mack happened to run into Jimmy's son. They confronted his 14-year-old son, and Tony Yayo actually slapped his son in the face, and his friend Lodi Mack flashed a gun at him, threatening his life. Henchman's son eventually told his father about this after entering the building. This was all caught on camera, so eventually Tony Yayo was arrested and charged for this. The charge was dismissed for Yayo. Lodi Mack took the rap for Tony Yayo, saying he was the one who smacked his son, where he would be sentenced to 2 years in prison. Just a couple weeks after his release, he was shot dead in New York. This was the result of Jimmy Henchman putting a hit out on Lodi Mack to have him killed. According to Tony Yayo, the man who killed Lodi Mack was actually his cellmate in prison.
Because your man did a year and then got killed when he came out.
Yeah, the actual hitman it's all documented. Like, you could look it up, so I don't want to seem like I'm dry snitching. It's like, if you read Jimmy Henchman case, all this is documented. But the hitman was actually in jail with my friend. So he befriended him in jail. And then when he got home, that's the same hitman that was his friend in jail. It was the actual hitman. All the dudes
how f***ed up is that?
I mean, it just tells you, how anybody will do anything for the money. You know what I'm saying? I had money on my head plenty of times. Like, when I was locked up on the island, I heard money on my head. I had so-called money on my head in the street. You know what I'm saying? 50 so-called had money on his head. Everybody is just a part of, fucking with 50 Cent and being a part of G-Unit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You live and you learn. That's why when I see these rap beefs, I know how serious it can get.
This was just the beginning of what Jimmy Henchman was doing to Tony Yayo and 50 Cent. The first time Jimmy tried killing 50 Cent was when he was driving down Manhattan's West Side Highway when he took his hand off the wheel to retrieve his...
Oh, another thing, that explains a lot too, why Yayo was like, he was like in a Vlad TV interview that they had to ride around in bulletproof cars and all types of stuff like that. Crazy life to live.
Gun. When he was passing 50 Cent's building, he was ready to shoot at it, but he stopped after spotting police behind him. After that failed attempt, Jimmy actually came up with the plan to blow up 50 Cent's bulletproof van. Knowing the cars were bulletproof, he actually tried blowing it up to kill 50 Cent. Jimmy continued his attempts at Yayo and 50's lives when he did a drive-by shooting on Tony Yayo's mom's house with a silenced pistol. His final attempt was when he spotted Tony Yayo's Bentley parked, so he drove by and unloaded bullets into the car. But luckily for Yayo, he was actually sitting inside the bulletproof van that was parked behind the Bentley.
You know, my issue was really more with Jimmy Henchman. And then, you know, as we leaving, I left the Apollo. I'm around the corner, my Bentley got shot up, but luckily I was in my bulletproof truck behind the Bentley. So we all on our phones not paying attention, and some dude with a hoodie came by and like squeezed like probably 4 or 5 bullets into the Bentley. I didn't report it to the police. I took it home, got a boom boom job, 20,000, got the door fixed. Cause you know, once your car gets shot up, it's confiscated. It's police evidence. You might not never get it back.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know,
as much shootouts as G-Unit have been in, we know the law, we know everything. And you know, when my mom's crib got shot up, that's why when you see these rap beefs and you see a lot of media amping this shit up.
After all this happened, 50 Cent knew that Jimmy Henchman's goons lived in Atlanta. So 50 Cent found one of their addresses and left threatening phone calls to them and had goons leave a dead rat in front of his door. He mentions this on the song Get the Message on the War Angel LP mixtape, where he was going at Preem and Jimmy on this song.
I left a message by your door, you got a grown 44. Get the message, come out and get the message. Tell my little niggas fuck Preem, and any motherfucker down with him to suck me. I'm still mad.
In June 2010, Jimmy Henchman was arrested on charges of cocaine trafficking, money laundering, and witness tampering. His trial date was in May of 2012, but shortly after his trial in June 2012, Henchman was charged with 4 crimes in connection with the death of Lodi Mack. He was charged with murder for hire and conspiracy to commit murder. Jimmy was seeking for plea bargains to snitch on people to downsize his sentence. On May 22nd, 2012, 50 Cent dropped a mixtape called The Lost Tape, and on the song Complicated, he took shots at Jimmy Henchman and his murder trial. Also mentions him being a rat for snitching to lessen his sentence.
Fuck pill popping that strap, I pop that. Watch the Henchman trial, see a rat on a rat.
After that, 50 Cent would release his album Animal Ambition on June 3rd, 2014. And on the song Hold On, he references the situation where Tony Yayo smacked Jimmy Henchman's son. Jimmy then responded to this diss saying that he didn't snitch and that 50 Cent was actually going to testify on him. 50 Cent continued on Instagram posting a picture of Jimmy's paperwork with the caption, "Old Gangsta Jimmy, shake my head, LMAO, washed up, hashtag Jimmy Snitchman." Eventually, on November 29, 2017, Jimmy Henchman was convicted. 50 would continue clowning Jimmy on Instagram until Jimmy recorded his reaction to getting 2 life sentences, in which 50 Cent responded to this.
Man, I want to apologize. I want to apologize to the massive for letting these sucker ass catch me out there like that. I talk about suckers, I'm talking about those who perpetrated.
Perpetrated, not perpetrated.
Either my friend who were wearing wiretaps, who got on the stand and lied, man. I want to apologize to those that I let down for letting some suckers play me. And I just want you to know, man, that I didn't know. I just didn't know that these dudes was that jealous. That jealousy would allow them or make them do the things that they did. And it's almost like a sucker killed me, man. It's like I let a sucker come down on me, man, and beat me up and kill me, man. And this is the same feeling. It's almost like it's parallel together. And so I want to apologize to all those who have lost their life, dedicated their life to the game. I want to apologize to you for what I allowed to happen to me. I am very sorry. Trust you me.
Brian McLeod to kill Llewellyn Fletcher. You know, one of the things that I
50
did
Cent
ask
is a comedian,
Brian McLeod to do was I asked him to bring Fletcher or Yayo to me. So took it upon himself and he killed Llewellyn Fletcher. So here's the most important thing out of this whole thing. I'm not the murderer here. The murderer in this whole situation is home.
Oh.
All he had to do was point the finger at me, and he went home. And I'm in jail for life when I never hired him to kill anyone. So, you know.
Oh, gee, Jimmy the Rat.
I'm glad that it was overturned. I'm happy. It's hopefully, you know, I won't have to go back to trial. But
as it stands, Jimmy Henchman is currently behind bars for the rest of his life, while 50 Cent lived to tell the tale. So I think it's clear who won this war.
Yeah, it's clear to say. I guess the same thing happened with Preem too, but thank y'all if y'all stay to the end of the video. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.